Today we're going to be working on writing inequalities with two variables. So sometimes the numbers, the Unit 1 LT13 notes, are not matching up, I'm noticing. So just make sure that your note sheet says this, writing inequalities with two variables, to make sure you're on the right one. Okay, and the information that you need, you're going to identify two variables and assign them. Okay, so I'm going to write that here. Identify two variables and assigned. Okay, that means you're going to give something an X and give something a Y. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is identify which inequality symbol needs to be used. Okay, for example, you're going to use greater than, or sorry, that's a less than or equal to, or a greater than equal to, or a less than or greater than. Okay, the next spot, when you're at the finding the solution, you're going to pick a value. For each variable, and remember variables are our letters, that fits the equation. Okay, so now that we're there, we're going to work on number 1. So number 1 says Mrs. Beckman is ordering pizzas for math class pizza party. She has a budget of $81. An order of breadsticks costs $7, and large pizza costs $13. Write an inequality to represent this situation. Then identify two different solutions of breadsticks and pizzas that Mrs. Beckman can order and stay under her budget. Okay, so let's look at what we have here. We know we have a budget of $81. That means she can't go over $81. Okay, and then she also has her breadsticks are $7, and her large pizza is $13. Okay, so I'm going to assign them. My first step is to assign them. So I'm going to say X equals my breadsticks. And Y is going to equal my pizzas. Okay, when I look at how much the breadsticks were, it says breadsticks cost $7. So I'm going to say 7X, okay, plus we're going to add in our pizzas. Our pizzas were 13, so I'm going to say 13Y, okay, and it says that she has to stay under her budget. So everything on this side of the equation has to be less than her $81. So I'm going to put her $81 over here. Okay, less than, remember the alligator wants to eat the bigger one. 81 has to be bigger than her breadsticks and her pizza. Okay, and then it says, so we have it set up, 7X plus 13Y has to be less than $81. Then it says identify two solutions of breadsticks and pizzas that Mrs. Beckman can order and stay under budget. And on so I'm just going to choose some numbers. So let's say I want 4 breadsticks. So I'm going to say 7 times 4 plus 13. And let's say I want 13 pizzas. So I'm going to put a 4 where that Y is, where that pizzas are. And that has to be less than or equal to that $81. Okay? 7 times 4 is 28, plus my 13 times 4 is going to give me 52. Okay, is that less than or greater to, less than or equal to 81? Well, 28 plus 52, that's going to give you 80, and 80 is less than 81. So yep, I could have 4 breadsticks and 4 pizzas. Okay, let's try another one. Let's say I want 9 breadsticks. So I'm going to take that 7 times 9, because I want 9 breadsticks, plus 13, and let's say I just want 1 pizza. So I want 9 breadsticks plus 1 pizza. Is that going to be less than or equal to that 81? Well, 7 times 9 is 63, plus by 13 times 1, that's just going to give me 13. Is that less than or equal to 81? Okay, so then I'm going to take that 63 plus 13, and I get 76. 76 is less than or equal to 81. So in this situation, I can have 4 breadsticks and 4 pizzas and still be under that $81, or I could have 9 breadsticks and 1 pizza and still be under that $81. Okay, so let's look at number 2. So number 2 says, Mr. Berg is preparing for a fresh fruit salad for the staff picnic. He makes a salad with honeydew and cantaloupe. Honeydew is $2 and cantaloupe is $3. Mr. Berg goes to the grocery store with $30. Write an inequality to represent how much each he can buy. Then identify 2 different solutions of honeydew and cantaloupe that Mr. Berg can buy without spending more than $30. Okay, so first we have to figure out how much money he has total. He went to the grocery store with $30. So he's not going to spend more than that $30. With that $30, he has to buy cantaloupe and honeydew. So those are my cantaloupe and my honeydew. So now I'm going to assign them. I'm going to say my X, and because it's talking about honeydew costs $2, I'm going to put honeydew first just because I see honeydew costs $2. So I'm going to say X equals honeydew. That would mean Y equals cantaloupe. Okay, and now we're going to set it up. Honeydew is $2. So I'm going to say 2X, because X is my honeydew, plus cantaloupe is $3. So I'm going to say 3Y, because Y is my cantaloupe. And that has to be less than, he can't spend more than $30. So he has to spend less than $30. Okay, so now we're just going to decide what can we plug in and try to spend less than $30. Well, let's say I want 6 honeydew. So I'm going to say 2 times 6 plus 3, and let's just guess, maybe I want 6 cantaloupe too. So I'm going to say 6 cantaloupe. Is that going to be less than $30? Well, 2 times 6 is 12, plus 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, and then I'm going to keep that less than or equal to 30. And then we're thinking, what is 12 plus 18? Well, 12 plus 18 is 30. And that is less than or equal to 30. So that checks out. That's good. Okay, let's try another one. Let's say I want 4 honeydew. So I'm going to say 2 and then put a 4 where that honeydew is. Plus 3 times, let's say we want 7 cantaloupe. 7, 3 times 7. Is that going to be less than or equal to the $30? So I'm going to come back. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 times 7 is 21. Is that less than or equal to 30? Then I come down. 8 plus 21, that gives me a 29, which is less than or equal to 30. So yes, that checks out. In this instance, I can buy 6 honeydew and 6 cantaloupe, and that's going to be exactly equal to 30, but that works. I have that much money. Or I can buy 4 honeydew and 7 cantaloupe, and that also is less than 30. So we're going to continue on with 3, 4, and 5. This time, I'm not going to give you the option to identify 2 solutions. We're just going to set it up, and then you can put those solutions in on your own, okay? So Jennifer Lopez is funding a Build a Water Well in Kenya. She sells posters for $15 and digital downloads for $25. She wants to raise $400. So in the end, she wants to come up with $400. And the 2 things she's selling are posters for $15 and digital downloads for $25. Okay, so I'm going to go like I did before. I'm going to start with my X, the first thing they listed. So I'm going to say X equals posters, and Y equals digital downloads. Okay, and now I'm going to set it up. So we have to think, she wants to raise at least $400. So 400 is going to be over here. If you're raising money to build a water well in Kenya, would you want to raise more than $400? You probably would, right? Because extras, you can just help those people with extra thing. So everything on the other side is going to want to be bigger than that 400. Okay? Posters are $15. So I'm going to say 15x plus my digital downloads. Those are $25, $25, and then those are a y. So 15x plus 25y should be bigger or equal to $400. Okay, let's look at number 4. Jacob failed both math and history class. In order for him to be ungrounded, he has to spend at least 120 minutes every day working on his class. It takes Jacob 20 minutes to finish one math assignment and 10 minutes to finish one history assignment. Write an inequality to represent how many different lessons of each Jacob can do in 120 minutes. Okay, so right there I see he has 120, oops, that's not the right one. I see he has 120 minutes. So that's total that he has. Okay, and then he's going to spend 20 minutes on math. So see where here it says Jacob spends 20 minutes to finish one math assignment. And then he spends 10 minutes to finish a history assignment. They want to know how many math and history will it take him to get to that 120 minutes. So I'm going to assign my math and history, okay? Math comes first, so I'm going to say x equals math, which would make y equal history. Okay, I have 120 minutes, okay? If I was grounded and I really wanted to show my parents that I don't need or that I deserve to be ungrounded, I probably want to do at least that 120 minutes. Could I do more than 120 minutes? Would they be really proud if I did more than 120? They would. So I'm going to go bigger on the other side. So everything on the left can be equal to or bigger than that 120. Okay, math is 20 minutes to finish. So I'm going to say 20, and math I said x. So 20x plus my history. History was 10 minutes I'm going to spend on that. And I said my history was y. So 20x plus 10y should be greater than or equal to 120. And then you can go ahead and plug in any number you want for that x and that y. Maybe you want to do 2x and 2y. Maybe you want to do 6x and 4y. Maybe you want to do 10x and 3y. It doesn't matter what you plug in there as long as it's greater than that 120 minutes. So whatever you find on the left side should be greater than this 120 minutes. Okay, so anything on the left has to be greater than 120. Okay, let's do the last one here. Allie is using ribbon to create her hair barrettes. She has a total of 64 yards of ribbon. So total, I hear that word total. So total of 64. So she doesn't have any more. So her ribbons cannot be more than that 64. So she has a total of 64 yards of ribbon. A regular barrette requires 1 yard of ribbon, and a deluxe barrette requires 4 yards of ribbon. Okay, so regular barrettes require 1 yard, and a deluxe requires 4 yards. So let's just assign those with an x and a y. And regular came first, so I'm going to say x equals regular, and y equals deluxe. Okay, again, 64 is going to be on this side. Okay, let's think about that. She only has 64 yards. So what is on the left cannot be bigger than 64. 64 has to be the big one because you can't make ribbons or barrettes out of ribbon that you don't have. So 64 is going to be on that side. And then I'm just going to go ahead and assign. A regular barrette requires 1 yard. Okay, so my regular were 1 and I used x. So 1x plus my deluxe. My deluxe ribbon, they used 4 yards. So I'm going to say 4y. So 1x plus 4y has to be less than 64. So then you can just choose any x or any y you want to go in there. Let's say I want 3x and 7y. If I had 3x and 7y, will that be less than 64? That's what you want to do on that one there. Okay, so that concludes this lesson. If you have questions, don't forget to ask one of your teachers.